O Captain, My Captain by Walt Whitman. O Captain, my Captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every wrack, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bells I hear, the people all exulting, while follow eyes the steady keel, the vessel grim and daring. But oh heart, 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 oh the bleeding drops of red, where on the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. O Captain, my Captain, rise up and hear the bells. Rise up, for you the flag is flung, for you the bugle trills, for you bouquets and ribboned wreaths, for you the shores are crowding, for you they call, the swaying mass, their eager faces turning. Here, Captain, dear father, this arm beneath your head, is it some dream that on the deck you've fallen cold and dead? My captain does not answer. His lips are pale and still. My father does not feel my arm. He has no pulse, nor will. The ship is anchored, safe and sound, its voyage closed and done. From fearful trip, the victor ship comes in with objects won. Exult, O shores, and ring, O bells, but I with mournful tread walk the deck my captain lies, fallen cold and dead. Walt Whitman's poem, O Captain, My Captain, is debatably his most famous poem. Whitman uses common themes in most of his poems that can also be seen in O Captain, My Captain. Whitman's greatest influences for this poem are the Civil War and President Lincoln's death. Whitman used his experiences during his time in Washington, D.C. to write the imagery in this poem. As you can see here, his captain is a symbol for Abraham Lincoln, who has recently died. When you read the next line, the ship is the symbol for America. When Whitman mentions that the prize we sought is won, he is referencing the Union winning the Civil War. O Captain, My Captain demonstrates the themes of patriotism and freedom, which are commonly seen in Whitman's work. The bells I hear and the bleeding drops of red are examples of imagery, a device commonly used in Whitman's work. Visual and auditory imagery can be seen throughout the entire poem. Parallelism is another literary device that can be seen in this poem. The repetition of "my captain" at the beginning of each stanza emphasizes Whitman's love for President Lincoln. The line "fallen cold and dead" is also repeated at the end of each stanza. This shows Whitman's disbelief that Lincoln has died before his war was won. He will never know that his hard work has paid off. Walt Whitman is known as the father of free verse, and this poem is an example of that literary style. The Atlantic has an article that mentions that Whitman aims to increase, strengthen Americans, and a strong love for their country. This poem strengthens Americans to rise up and celebrate the end of the war and the beginning of a new life for the slaves. It also makes Americans aware of their beloved president who has just been killed and the need to come together in the country's time of mourning. When reading this poem, I see a patriotic American sharing his love for his country and his leader. Whitman's use of literary devices, especially imagery, made this poem speak to me. While many people in his time didn't like his work, Whitman was working to gather a strength in America by writing deep poetic pieces that would make people think about the love for their country.